I want to talk to my B2B salespeople today. After you know the sales funnel and the techniques and deficit questions and landmines and 3 levels and position statements, once you've got the basic building blocks of the sales funnel process, then we want to take you to another level. And one of the things that we do with my corporate clients is called the FISHBONE. It's like a cause and effect diagram and just looks like exactly what you would think, a fishbone. And what we start is the first interaction with the prospect, and then where are we now and where are we going to go, and what has happened from point 1 to where we are today. What were all the significant events? So when did you first meet with the client? Did you respond to an RFP? Had you gotten a witty completed? When did you present to the committee if that occurred? When did you take them on a site tour? And all the way through the process that led up to this moment. And this moment is prior to you making the final sale. And the next call, what is the goal for the next call? Is it to make the final sale? And we do these in our advanced sales funnel courses. And it's amazing how often that they leave a piece of the fishbone out. But as we see the fishbone line, and all the significant events, it becomes clear why they haven't closed it yet. And they're wondering why the client had been delaying. And if it started a year ago, and many of these monster mega $1 million accounts are at least a year long in procuring the account, that the problem occurred in month 1, month 2. They thought they were talking to the economic buyer. They thought they got the right buying criteria and did not. So the fishbone gives you a visual of all the significant events that took us to where we are today. And if someone's going to help you with a strategy, they can't just say to you, well, I'm going on my sales call tomorrow and I'm going to try and close the deal. Well, wonderful. But how did we get to this point? What are the significant events that occurred? I was in London working on a major deal with a client. And it was in the neighborhood of $50 million. It was a big, big deal. And we spent hours talking about strategy. And then somewhere in the 3rd hour, someone mentioned something that occurred a year earlier that was critical to the entire conversation. And they hadn't brought it up. Amazing. So as you're working to your next step, always understand, what is my next step? What is my goal for the next step? Well, what is the context? Are you going to go close the deal? Is that the real goal? Now, when you have a meeting with your client, you have a goal. Well, I say that. Sometimes the goal is only to have the meeting, and we don't have a clear expectation of what we want to achieve. However, wouldn't it be prudent to ask the client what is their goal for the meeting? What do we need to do during that meeting so they achieve what they want to achieve? So the fishbone technique, a visual process that shows you exactly all the significant events that took you from hello to where you are now, which hopefully will lead you to the close.